on Afghanistan. This document says there was no such plans for withdrawal in place when President Biden came into office. No plans were shared during the transition. Were there any attempts to speak with former Trump officials about whether there were plans? And does the lack of plans in place indicate that they deliberately sabotaged the incoming administration by not continuing to plan, dropping plans that were in place, or they might have been working on? Or is there a possibility that they didn't intend on following through with the agreement that the former president made to be out by May?
I can't speak for leaders in the previous administration, and I certainly can't speak for whatever plans they did or did not draw up. I can tell you with confidence that the transition team of the incoming administration asked repeatedly to see plans for withdrawal, for retrograde, as we say it in the military, for the special immigrant visa program, for the turnover of equipment and bases to the Afghan National Security Defense Forces. And as I said in my opening statement, none were forthcoming. It wasn't for lack of trying. They weren't sharing. And so one of the reasons why, to Kristen's earlier question about the length of time that it took to conduct a review, was because we were almost starting from scratch. There was no visibility into what they had done. In fact, we spent quite a bit of time after coming into office, and I remember this quite clearly, trying to get our hands around the Doha Agreement and really understanding all its articles and what it meant and how it was being interpreted by the Taliban. There just wasn't any of that fingertip feel or granular awareness that we had.
The sitting administration can access documents from the prior administration. Was there any attempt to find out if they even started to plan? What was there ever a plan?
There were multiple attempts to try to gain insight into what the previous what the previous team had been doing. And as I said earlier, and as is indicated in that document, none of those plans were forthcoming.